Hello everybody, my name is Terendi. Today I will present you about the final test of English literature history. 18th century era. In this era, the European literature refers to literature such as poetry, drama, and novel products in Europe during this period. The 18th century saw the development of the modern novel as literary genre. In fact, many candidates for the first novel in English date from this period of which Elisa Wood's 1724 Phantomina is probably the best known. Subgenres of the novel during the 18th century were the epistolary novel, the sentimental novel, histories, the Gothic novel, and the libertine novel. The 18th century in Europe started in the age of enlightenment and gradually moved towards romanticism. In this era in European literature explored themes of social upheaval, reversals of personal status, political satire, geographical exploration, and the comparison between the supposed natural states of man and the supposed civilized states of man. During the age of sensible literature reflect the world view of the age of enlightenment. The age of enlightenment is a rational and scientific approach to religious, social, political, and economic issues that promote a secular view of the world and a general sense of progress and perfectibility. Romantic era. This era was an era in which a literary revolution took place alongside social and economic revolutions. In some historic of literature, this era is called the Age of Revolutions. The Age of Revolutions period was one of rapid change as the nation was transformed from an agricultural country to an industrial one. The laws of a free market was developed by the economist Adam Smith in his book Wealth of Nations. Dominated people's lives. At the same time, a shift in the balance of power took place. Power and wealth were gradually transferred from the hand-holding aristocracy to the large-scale employers of modern industrial communities. An old population of rural farm laborers became a new class of urban industrial laborers. This new class came to be called the working class. These workers were contracted in cities and the new power of an increasingly large High Victorian era. This era was an age of conflicting explanations and theories of scientific and economic confidence, of social and spiritual pessimism, of a sharpened awareness of the inevitability of progress and of deep disquiet as to the nature of the present. The period which saw the first real stirrings of the modern women's movement also received and referred the matronly model provided by Queen Victoria herself and acquiesced to the stereotype of virtuous womanhood propagated by many of its novelists and poets. And also the Victorian age has its continues, its revivals, and its battle of style in painting and architecture as much as in literature. The late Victorian era. This period was marked by English fiction in the last 2 decades of the 19th century has all too frequently been seen as dominated by the work of the subtle, demanding expatriate American Henry James and by that of the novelist patronizingly dismissed by James as a good title Thomas Hardy. After the Reform Acts on 1867 and 1885, the extension of the Francy to a substantial proportion of working class men brought nearer the prospect of future mass politics, with the masses themselves determining the very nature of the Commonwealth. The advance of popular democracy and mass popular design seem to many observers to entail the diminution of the function and ideology of British liberalism. Edwardian era. This period are known for its elegance and luxury among the rich and powerful in Britain. Many changes happened during the Edwardian period, such as automobiles, plane, levies, and frivolous lifestyle, and the pompous nature of the aristocracy and royalty. The Edwardian writers were mostly concerned with the implications of living in a new and more scientific and inventive world with rapid developing technology and changing values. Many Edwardian writers were inspired with futurism, and it becomes very apparent in the Edwardian literature. One of the examples of futurism is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. There's also Edwardian poetry, which became a beautiful manifestation of the feelings of writer in the Edwardian era and the change it brought upon society. Next is Modernism era. In literature, Modernism refers to innovative writers in the first half of the 20th century. This literary movement was driven by a conscious desire to overturn traditional models of representation and express the new sensibility of their time. Also, the period is characterized by the depiction of the breakdown of the society and the situation following the world wars. In this period, James Joyce is one of the famous novelists. In these works, Ulysses he used to the stream to of consciousness technique. This means that we can read what goes on inside a character's head and how he perceives the world instead of what's objectively happening. Influenced by Joyce was Virginia Woolf and her novel To the Lighthouse. The 20th century era. Joseph Conrad conceived a passion for the sea, was 20 years a seafarer and became a British subject and a master mariner. He settled down on land in 1894 and his first two novels, Almayer's Folly and An Outcast of the Islands, have a common Malayan background, but it is the nigger of the Narcissus, and more especially in Lord Jim, that Conrad's quality first shows up. He's now master of his appointed language and is able to add to his control of atmosphere and his rather melancholy conquered with broken men, such as Almayer, a new depth of psychological insight. Lord Jim instinctively leaps to join other officers who take to a boat when their ship, laden with pilgrims, appears to be sinking. In fact, it's safe and towed to harbor. The 21st century era. The defining event of the first part of the 21st century was the attack on American targets, including the Twin Towers in New York on 11 September 2001. The attacks had a hug impact in every sense, emotionally, culturally, politically, all over the world. Imaginative responses to it went to stakes of shock, grief, anger, and assimilation. A novel by Christopher Brooke Meyer, published 2 days before the attack happened. A big boy did it and ran away, was and still is astonishingly prescient both about the violence and about some of its roots and resonations. These attacks immediately became a reference point for artists and writers of all kinds, from Ian Burns' Dead Air Sound afterwards to Graham Swift's Wish You Were Here 10 years later. Martin Amis wrote a major collection of pieces about 9 or 11, published in 2008 as The Second Plane. This concurred to make sense of a fragmented and rapidly changing world is a natural function of literature. The shock and awe of the 1990s leads to different views of violences, to a questioning of what seems to have been stable, to new kinds of narratives, sometimes government-led, about threats to the very fabric of society. The economic crash of 2008, wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the war of terror have all contributed to create the particular atmosphere of the early years of the 21st century. Okay, the second question is, what is the lesson learned of this class? From what I have read, each period has its own events and characteristics to convey the message through literary works. Every author uses literary works to criticize everything in its period. They criticize in literary work about social issues, cultural, economic, and politics that occur in every period. The last question is, what is the next plan after joining this class? Okay, I will search all books about the world of literature, especially about novel or short story, because I often read it and it could attract the attention of my life, and also my dream will come true. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation today. Thank you everyone and see you.